Good morning, everybody. It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video. Today we are in this green on green 1972 Pontiac Grand Prix. Has the original 400 and an automatic transmission. All right, here we go. So again, we have a 1972 Pontiac Grand Prix. This is a pretty stock car. It has the original numbers matching 400 in it, backed by a turbo 400 3-speed automatic transmission. It is a factory heat and AC car. The AC and everything is all there, and it has been converted to R134. Unfortunately, the slides are a little bit difficult to operate, and I wasn't able to get the blower motor to come on. So my guess is that there's something wrong with the blower motor because it's not producing any air when you kick it on. So I listed it as needing diagnostic and repair because I didn't really dive into repairing the heat and air. But again, everything is there. Again, drivability, we're cruising at 60 miles an hour right now with no problems whatsoever. I did verify it does have the VIN stamped on the 400. It is the numbers matching motor. And I do have the PHS documentation. This is a pretty interesting Grand Prix. It is a 400 automatic heat and air car, and then it is optioned with power windows and power locks. We'll dive into that here in a second on the interior stuff, which is some pretty cool options. On the exterior, it was repainted in what appears to be the original color. It's called Wilderness Green with a black vinyl top, and then again it was optioned with the green bucket seat interior. I personally think most of the interior in this car is original. The seat covers, the door panels, all that stuff is very nice. There's a little bit of wear on the top of the door panel over here. There's also a couple of very, very small spots on the top of the door panel over there, probably from just sitting your elbow or arm on the top of the door panel. The top of the dash pad does have a little split there, but the console's nice. The gauges are really easy to read. Steering wheel is the original Pontiac steering wheel. Excuse me, it does have an aftermarket stereo. That's one of the two things, or one of the couple things that I have listed is not working. It powers on, but it's not playing any sound, so it probably needs some speakers. But the drivability of this car is excellent. It's a very fun car to drive. It goes really nice and straight down the road. It is power steering, power brakes as well. As far as the exhaust goes, it actually has a set of headers with dual exhaust and a Flowmaster style muffler, so it sounds really good going down the road. Nothing too loud. You can definitely still talk with the person sitting next to you in the car, or if you had the radio on, if you get the radio working, you can definitely enjoy the sound of the radio without the exhaust being too loud. But if you get in the throttle, it does sound pretty good. Besides the radio and the heat and AC not working, the two other little things, the notorious reverse lights and then the washer sprayer fluids aren't working, but the rest of your gauges, all your exterior lights, all that stuff is working. And the things that aren't working are probably pretty easy stuff. Right in front of these cars here. Temperature, just has a temperature light, so no gauge, but it's warmed up now. Not a race car by any means, just a good cruiser. You get in the throttle, it'll do what you need it to do if you have to pass someone on the highway. But again, you're not probably going to win any races with this stock little 400, but it does run well. My window down, put that up. You do get a little bit of wind noise from the windows. Nothing that's too loud, but it is there. The doors open and close well. Again, back on the interior, this is an interesting car because it is optioned with power windows and power locks. Not my favorite thing because there's just a lot of stuff that can go wrong with the old school power windows and power locks, but they do actually all work, which is nice. So if it's not broken, I guess don't mess with it. Underneath, super solid. I didn't find any rust issues whatsoever. The floors, frame rails, inside the trunk, the drop downs, everything is very solid and very clean. It still has a lot of the factory undercoating on the bottom side, probably why it is so solid. But it's kind of a car, other than the exhaust underneath, that doesn't really look like it's been messed with all that much. Let off the steering wheel, car goes really nice and straight. Do have a little crosswind going that way. but when you're just cruising, it drives really, really nice. The brakes feel good, steering feels good, and I like these full front Pontiacs. They're just good driving cars. They're a big old boat. It almost feels like a big Cadillac going down the road. Back on the cosmetics, I don't know when the repaint was done. I think the rest of the car on the exterior is going to be original. Some of the chrome pieces and some of the trim definitely has a little bit of wear. The bumpers still have a shine to them, but they do have some imperfections and flaws. If you check out the additional infos tab under each one of our vehicles, we take photos of all the extra flaws and stuff, and you'll see some of the flaws in the bright work. And then a few little imperfections in the paint. Again, the paint looks good. If I had to guess, it was done 20 years ago, so not a fresh restoration by any means. Paint has a nice shine to it. It looks good, no bubbles. I would classify it as an average paint job. It looks good, but it's not going to win you any shows, but it's still something you can be proud of taking to your local car show or drive. Top looks nice, and then again on your glass, all the glass looks nice. Your power windows all work. Back glass looks really good. Windshield doesn't have any issues. My guess is the windshield has probably been replaced at some point because it is very, very clean and very easy to see out of. So my guess that the windshield's probably been done, but all the side glass, all that stuff appears to be original. Going down this bumpy road, suspension feels good. It's all stock style equipment. Wheels and tires are in great shape. I do really like the seats that are in these cars. The driving position is very comfortable. Foam feels good. I just noticed it here, if you like lean one way, right on the middle seam of the driver's seat here, it's starting to separate just a little bit, but it's very, very minimal. Going down that bumpy road there, if I have to nitpick anything, my guess is the shocks are probably ready to be replaced, so that'd be something for the next person to put a nice set of Bilstein shocks or something like that on there. That would probably help with the ride quality, even though it is not bad. It just kind of bounces just a little bit more than I would personally like. Hear the exhaust. For being a big heavy car, it runs good. Again, it's definitely not going to win you any races, but it's good highway cruiser. It does have a good highway gear in the back. You're not turning a lot of RPMs at 70 miles an hour, so just a good cruiser. We do have the PHS documentation on this. Again, I verified the 400 is the original 400. PHS breaks down the options: power windows, power locks. It is the wilderness green with the green bucket seat interior and the vinyl top. So again, I think this car is more really a survivor. Most of the interior is going to be original. I think it's probably a car that just got resprayed at one point and then just been a well-maintained car. It's showing 18,879. I definitely don't think it's a 19,000 mile car. Probably a 118,000 mile car if I had to guess. Overall feel, great Grand Prix. I love these cars. They drive awesome. Every time I have one of these, they always sell. They're very, very quick sellers, and they always are popular cars. And this is just a good, solid, old Grand Prix. It's just a nice car. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else that you want to see, have comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to reach out on the YouTube channel, leave us a comment, or call or text us directly at 903-820-1019. Check us out at pcclassiccars.com, or we are on all of the social platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and the handle on all of those is going to be PC Classic Cars. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next test drive video.